Question number 6. So this is also very similar to the previous question except you have a constant here. So what is my parameter? Theta. So the differentiating variable in a theta again. So I have d by d theta of x is going to be d by d theta of a into theta minus sin theta. This is x. So I have dx by d theta equals a is a constant. Theta minus sin theta differentiate panna I'll have 1 minus sin theta derivative is cos theta. Now d by d theta of y equals d by d theta of a into 1 plus cos theta. dy by d theta is going to be a is a constant, it comes out of the derivative, times 1 or derivative 0 plus cos theta derivative is minus sin theta. So I have minus sin theta. Clear? Now I have dy by d theta and dx by d theta. So dy by dx is dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. So this is going to be a into minus sin theta divided by a into 1 minus cos theta. So the a and the a gets cancelled. What relations do I know for sin? Sin theta equals 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. It is very similar to what we solved in the previous question. At the 1 minus cos theta irukku. Appo enna relation theriyum? Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So I have 1 minus cos 2 theta is going to be the cos 2 theta goes here, 2 sin square theta comes here. So I'll have 2 sin square theta. So if in that cos theta irukku, so 1 minus cos theta is going to be 2 sin square theta divided by 2. Okay, so this I can further simplify as minus velila vandrum. Sin theta is 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. The whole divided by 1 minus cos theta is going to be 2 sin square theta divided by 2. So 2 and the 2 gets cancelled. Sin theta and one of the sin theta will get cancelled. So I'll be left with minus cos theta by 2 divided by sin theta by 2. So this is going to be dy by dx, which is minus cos by sin, which is cot theta by 2. Previous question your final answer was tan theta by 2. In that it is cot theta by 2. Okay, please copy. Question number 7. X is equal to sin cube t divided by cos 2t, square root of cos 2t, y is equal to cos cube t divided by square root of cos 2t. So in that this question is completely based on appropriate substitution. Ore cos 2t you have 4 different forms. 1 minus 2 sin square t, 2 cos square t minus 1. In the multiple forms irka. So in the form the form correct substitute panno in the particular question. So here the variable of differentiation is going to be t. So step pannalam. I need d by dt of x, which is going to be d by dt of sin cube t divided by square root of cos 2t. Okay, that is sin cube t, this cos 2t. Okay, cos square t kadayadu. So this is of the form u divided by v. So enna formula? vu dash minus uv dash divided by v square. In the formula da ipo nam apply panna porom. So my u is sin cube t. So u dash is going to be, my variable of differentiation is t. U dash is nothing but du by dt. So this is going to be sin cube t la 3 sin square t times sin t differentiate panna I'll have cos t. Correct? You understood this? Sin cube t is sin t the whole cube. 3 comes down. Power gets reduced by 1. So I'll have 3 sin square t. Maradiya sin t differentiate panna I'll have cos t. So this is my u dash. V is going to be square root of cos 2t, which is going to be cos 2t to the power half. So I'll have v dash is half comes down times cos 2t, half minus 1 is minus half. Again, further differentiating cos 2t, I'll have cos or derivative is minus sin 2t. Again, 2t differentiate panna, I'll be left with 2. So what is my final answer? The 2 and the 2 will get cancelled here. So I have cos 2t to the power minus half times minus sin 2t. So either further simplify panna sin 2t divided by square root of cos 2t. Okay, so this is my v dash. Now the formula substitute pannom. Now v dash u dash you have to further substitute it in the formula. So what will I have? dx by dt is v u dash, which is going to be v in the square root of cos 2t times u dash, which is 3 sin square t cos t, v u dash minus uv dash, which is sin cube t times minus sin 2t divided by square root of cos 2t the whole divided by v square. So this is going to be cos 2t oda square root the whole square. Okay, this is my v square. So iதை further simplify panna numerator la I'm going to take the LCM. So I'm going to multiply this with cos root of cos 2t. So I'll have cos 2t times 3 sin square t cos t minus sin cube t. In the minus சேர்ந்ததுனா it will become a plus. Correct? So I'll have plus sin cube t times sin 2t the whole divided by cos 2t square root divided by cos 2t. So in the cos 2t enagum, this cos 2t square root will become cos 2t. So I've written divided by cos 2t. Okay, these two terms are the same terms. So this I can simplify further as sin square t cos 2t cos t plus sin 2t sin cube t divided by cos 2t inside the square root divided by cos 2t will become 1 by cos 2t, reciprocal edutha. So I'll be left with times cos 2t. So this is my dx by dt. இப்போ இதே மாதிரி dy by dt கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். So I have first y equals d by dt of y equals d by dt of what is my y? Cos cube t divided by square root of cos 2t. So I have cos cube t divided by square root of cos 2t. So this is again of the form u divided by v. So this is vu dash minus uv dash divided by v square. Formula எல்லாம் கரெக்ட்டா எழுதுங்க. So what is my u? U is cos cube t. So u dash is going to be similar to how we did the previous question. So this is going to be 3 cos square t. Cos or derivative is going to be minus sin t. So this is minus 3 sin t cos square t. And v dash is again going to be square root of cos 2t. Square root of cos 2t என்ன இதே தான் வரப்போகுது. So minus sin 2t divided by minus sin 2t divided by square root of cos 2t. So this is my v dash. இப்போ இந்த formula substitute பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? I have, I'll write it here, dy by dt is going to be vu dash. Vu dash என்ன? V is going to be square root of cos 2t times minus 3 sin t cos square 3. Square root of cos 2t times minus 3 sin square t. 3 sin t cos square t. 3 sin t cos square t minus vu dash முடிஞ்சது. Now uv dash which is going to be cos cube t times cos cube t times minus sin 2t divided by square root of cos 2t the whole divided by square root of cos 2t the whole square. Clear? So in that line dy by dt is going to be the numerator divided by the denominator, vu dash minus uv dash divided by v square. So இதை திரும்ப அதே மாதிரி simplify பண்ணா taking the LCM, multiplying this with cos root of cos 2t, I'll have cos 2t times minus 3 sin t cos square t minus into minus is going to be a plus. So I'll be left with sin 2t divided by sin 2t times cos cube t divided by square root of cos 2t times cos 2t. இந்த இடத்துல square பண்ணத போச்சுனா I'll be left with only the term without the square root. So this is my dy by dt. Now I need to do dy by dx. dy by dx enna? It is going to be dy by dt divided by dx by dt. dy by dt is minus 3 sin t cos square t cos 2t plus sin 2t cos cube t divided by cos 2t square root of cos 2t divided by dx by dt enna vandhudu? dx by dt is 3 sin square t cos 2t. I'll write it here. 3 sin square t cos 2t cos t plus sin 2t sin cube t divided by the same denominator. So I'll have divided by cos 2t square root of cos 2t. I see that the denominator and the denominator will get cancelled. இப்போ numeratorல என்ன இருக்கு? I have 3 sin t cos square t cos 2t இருக்கு. இந்த பக்கம் sin 2t cos cube t இருக்கு. So what can I do? I can write this as sin 2t can be written as 2 sin t cos t. So this is one substitution I can make. So I can take sin t and cos t outside. Ingeyu sin t and cos t irukku. I can take sin t and cos t outside the numerator for the first term. So in the earthly again what do I have? I have a sin 2t here. So I'll again rewrite this as 2 sin t cos t. And I can take the sin t and the cos t outside. So in the mari edhuna enna agapodhu? Take the sin t and the cos t outside. So I have sin t cos t times first term la enna irukku? First term la I'll be left with sin t eduthachu. So minus 3 cos t cos 2t. This will be left with my first term. And inge enna irukum? 2 cos cube t. Okay, I'll be left with this. So I'll have minus 3 cos t times cos 2t. Sin t cos t வெளியில எடுத்தாச்சு. Plus sin 2t இலேந்து என்ன இருக்கு? 2 cos cube t. So this is my numerator. இப்போ denominatorல என்ன இருக்கு? Denominator divided by, again I'm taking sin t cos t outside. So sin t cos t and I'll be left with, இந்த இடத்துல sin t வெளியில எடுத்தா I'll be left with 3. Then I'll have cos 2t, then 1 of the sin t. Then in the இடத்துல I'll be left with 2 and sin cube t. So இது இருக்கா? So I'll have 3 sin t cos 2t plus 2 sin cube t. Okay, so the sin t and the cos t will get cancelled. What will I be left with? In the இடத்துல 3 cos t cos 2t இருக்கு. So மேல இருக்கிற cos 2t I'm going to write this as 2 cos square t minus 1, and this I'm going to write it as 1 minus 2 sin square t. Why am I doing this? I see that I have a cos t here, so I'll have 2 cos square t here. I have a sin t here, so I'm going to have 2 sin square t here. இப்படி தான் substitution பண்ணணும். You have to do appropriate substitution to get the proper final answer. இல்லாட்டி எதுவுமே cancel ஆகாது. Okay, so what can I do? Minus 3 cos t times 2 cos square t minus 1 plus 2 cos cube t divided by 3 sin t times 1 minus 2 sin square t plus 2 sin cube t. Okay, idu ipo further multiply panna enagum? I'll be left with 3 cos t into 2 cos square t. I'm multiplying these two terms. I'm opening the brackets. So I'll have minus 6 cos cube t plus 3 plus 2 cos cube t divided by denominator la enna irukku? 3 sin t minus 6 sin cube t plus 2 sin cube t. Now minus 6 cos cube t plus 2 cos cube t enna agum? Minus 4 cos cube t plus 3 cos t. Okay, I forgotten the term here. So inge vandu I'll have 3 cos t plus 2 cos cube t. In the rendu term you multiply panna I'll have plus 3 cos t. இல்லையா? I missed the cos t divided by இங்க என்ன இருக்கு? 3 sin t minus 4 sin cube t. Okay, இப்போ என்ன relation தெரியும்? What do I know? I know that cos 3 theta is going to be 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. Correct? This is my cos 3 theta. Sin 3 theta and sin 3 theta is going to be 3 4. So 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. So in the relation தெரியும். இந்த இடத்துல என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கு? What do I have? I have 3 cos theta minus 4 cos cube theta. So this is going to be minus cos 3t divided by denominator la 3 sin t divided by minus 4 sin cube t. So this is going to be sin 3t. Okay, so in that la basically enna pannirukku? Here I have a minus and here it is multiplied by a minus. So I have 3 cos t minus 4 cos cube t. So this is nothing but minus cot 3t. Clear? In that la it is only based on substitution. You have to be very very clear when you make the substitution. So first step la dx by dt I am using vu dash minus uv dash the whole divided by v square. In the formula use பண்றேன். அதுக்கு அப்புறமா I am only making appropriate substitution. Okay, please copy.